I'm the king of the jungle, they call me tiger. I'm the king of the jungle, they call me tiger.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this video on Elvis is the Man. Thanks for tuning in. For this week's Gem of the Week, I want to bring you opening night, December 2nd, 1975. Elvis is wearing the V-neck suit that he just debuted for this season. Now, this season is a makeup for the canceled August season, and I want to show you one of my favorite songs from this night. It's How Great Thou Art. Check this out, and I'll be back with more comments on the video, comments on the engagement, and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh my God, how great thou art. Oh, how great thou art. How great thou
Alright guys, so that was an incredible performance. Elvis, like I say all the time, he was so diverse. He could sing so many different things. Country, like the beginning there with How Great Thou Art is like very operatic. Like, I love how he extended that opening there with where it says How Great Thou Art.
Oh my God, how great.
He just really shows it off. Can you imagine being in that showroom there in Vegas, or really even in the stadium? It might even echo even more just hearing the power in his voice. Like, some of you guys comment and tell me that you were actually there for certain Elvis concerts and tell me what it was like. Man, something I wish I could have experienced, but at least we get this type of video. So the video quality isn't that great, but I love how he ends the performance with his hands up in the air. He was such a showman, and so I came across this a few days ago, and I was like, wow, I gotta show you guys this. So, like I said earlier, this is Elvis's, I believe I was trying to find the exact date. I think it's the opening night, because he did debut this V-neck jumpsuit opening night, December 1975. So why was he doing Vegas in December? So basically what happened is he would do his usual Vegas gig in August, but after a few shows, he was just so physically out of it. Like, fans and reporters were saying that he wasn't looking good. He was very overweight. He had to sit down a lot through his performances, probably after like Poke Salad Annie or whatever, which maybe they just weren't used to. That Elvis, you know, I think it was the 19th where he did his last show there, and Elvis was telling Parker before the show, hey, I can't finish this. Parker's like, no, get out there, do it, because you know, you didn't give anybody any notice, and just do tonight. So after Elvis got through with that show, he was gone. He went straight to Baptist Memorial Hospital in Memphis and was checked in there with Linda right by his side. She was always with him. So what was actually going on with Elvis? Well, it's hard to say for certain, but the doctors did tests on him, and he had a fatty liver, his cholesterol was high blood pressure, but the Vegas Hilton actually said that it was just fatigue, and his doctor asked him to take the rest of the engagement off. So that's why Elvis was back in Vegas in December, and this was the opening night. And a lot of people were saying he was like much more thin, much more trim. He was in great spirits, and he was feeling a lot better. There were some great performances from this engagement, which I've talked about in prior videos. Check them out. And I'll probably just do more in the future, so stay close to the post on that one. So this was about 1 month. So this was December 2nd. Elvis did the Pontiac Silverdome in Michigan, December 31st. And he actually wore this jumpsuit there at Pontiac Silverdome because he had on a different jumpsuit, but actually ripped the seat of his pants in front of 60,000. Was it 60 or 80,000? I'll put it right down. I think it's 60 that he was performing, and he was very nervous. He ripped his jumpsuit. That's got to be a blooper. And he came out in this V-neck jumpsuit. So a funny, but I just love this, and I'm so happy that we even have this type of poor quality footage out, you know. The audio is not great, but maybe one day we'll see something upgraded. that we can get to the mass audience of fans. But I hope you guys liked this. How Great Thou Art. Elvis, he recorded this song in 1966. It won him his first Grammy. Elvis, as many of you know, only won Grammys for his gospel sacred performances, and this one is definitely a highlight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And one thing I want to do is I want to read some fan comments. You guys comment so many great things on my posts, sometimes funny, sometimes a critique, sometimes, you know, it's just some spot on good commentary. And I want to read it so you guys can see actually what you're saying. I think it'd be funny, and I'll react to it as well. Before I do that, I want to leave one more comment about this month in December. So that was the beginning of the month that we saw. At the end of the month, Elvis was on a plane on the Lisa Marie. He decided for Christmas to take some of his friends and family up on the Lisa Marie, and he would do that sometimes. He would like just take a plane ride around, and he bought some jewelry from Lowe's Jewelry in Memphis, and he was going to give it to his family and friends. Well, that night up there on the plane, Aunt Delta, who liked to drink, she drank too much and started cussing out his family and friends, and Elvis got so mad at her. Later on, she apologized, but that's another story in and of itself. All right, guys, I'm going to go read your comments. Leave a like, comment down below. Maybe I'll read them in another video that I'll have coming up. Check out the videos I have been making, and stay tuned for this.
Alright guys, so this video I picked to read the comments would be the one I made 12 days ago, the closed circuit concert special that never was. This is from 1970. I can't go over what the video was about now, just check it out. So the first one was from Doug Dickinson. He says, the closer to a 1969 concert we could have is what I vote for. Why? Because it was the blend of the past Elvis, where he still sang his rock and roll songs like he did early on, and like he meant business. And then also we were seeing what he was looking to do with some of the other songs he would do, Suspicious Minds, In the Ghetto, etc. Yeah, that's true. It's like the best of the past with the future Elvis. So in other words, he wasn't rushing through Hound Dog or Heartbreak Hotel or I Got a Woman. If you listen to August 3rd, 1969, he was spending so much more time. He would actually still have his guitar on when he was singing a lot of these songs, so they were definitely not rushed. Plus, you got to see the new direction he was moving, his current hits, with still a lot of respect for the performances of the past. So thanks, Doug, for that one. And Toaster2, she comments a lot. I think it's a girl. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. She says, would have been great to watch the whole show from 1970. But I'll go with That's the Way It Is, because I said, what would you rather have, That's the Way It Is or the closed circuit? Because it contained rehearsals, backstage shots, and everything. But I wish they would have done both. They could have shown the full concert on TV and That's the Way It Is in theaters. Perfect. And I still think that Elvis should have done something in late April or May. Maybe some more shows. Because after Houston, he was basically doing nothing for 3 months. To the Nashville sessions, which were in June. That's not right for an artist of his caliber. And I do agree with you, but you know, who wouldn't like their time off? But that would have been great. Yes, in a perfect world, we could have had both. We still could have That's the Way It Is filmed in July through August, and also had the closed circuit. But I guess in hindsight, you know, everything is seen clearly. And a lot of these I've seen for the first time. Yeah, I do respond to a lot of you guys' comments, but it's almost impossible to read every single one. So this is new and fresh. Steve Knowles says, wow, totally new one to me. Never heard or read this anywhere, and I have read a lot. What is the source of this? I've always wished they had filmed his opening shows in 1969. They would have been incredible to see. I think That's the Way It Is was pretty special, and I love that we have it, but yes, would have been great to have a full, non-edited show from 70-71. So I got the info from the book Elvis Day by Day, which came out a long time ago. I think that's the only time I've ever read this, and I came across it the other day and wanted to talk about it and add some info from other sources and things I picked up along the way. A lot of people in the comments were saying that Parker was probably the one that released the info, because Parker made tentative deal with Filmways production that if anything is released to the press, it's a no deal. And that's what would happen. And a lot of guys would be like, hey, Parker probably released it because he got a $110,000 deposit on it, which was non-refundable. So he probably just kept it and made another deal with somebody else, possibly. All right, so the next comment here from the same video. Paul Riley, 11 days ago, says, Las Vegas, February 1970, with songs like True Love Travels on a Graveled Road and Let It Be Me. This would have been sensational to have had broadcast footage of. That's true. My favorite from this season, the February season, was actually the closing show. It was like the January, February season. The closing show, it's released on FTD. You got to listen to it. He plays One Night and It's Now or Never on the electric guitar. Like, wow, that would have been great to have. I prefer the closed circuit if I were to have to pick between that one and That's the Way It Is, because can you imagine just the intensity and passion and energy of seeing a full show from 1970, early 1970, unedited. We have Aloha, but I love the singing in it, but it's a very tame show compared to Elvis 3 years before. All right, guys, that's the video from today. Gem of the Week, How Great Thou Art from Las Vegas, December 2nd, 1975. Hope you enjoyed watching the fan comments, reading them with me. Leave a comment down below. I'll respond to it, or maybe even put it in a future video. Check out the description of this video where I have links to Patreon, my Bible and Fitness page, and Elvis is the Man shorts.